everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. And today I would like to do with you some Christmas DIYs. I'm going to lower you down to a table right here. I'm not in my studio because my studio is covered in unboxings and I need to get to this in a hurry. I can either spend the day trying to figure out where to put all that stuff, or I can DIY with you. I think I'd rather DIY. I'll be right back. Well, hopefully guys, you'll be able to see this all right. I want to start out by saying that I'm in love with these garlands that I found at Walmart. $5.98 for the one that has how many feet? 9 feet. It's got larger and smaller of the wooden beads painted in black. This one's also $5.98, but they're all smaller beads, and they are in white and gray. Then back to larger beads. Let's say that one's 12 feet, then 6 feet in all larger black ones. And that one is, the larger one is $6.98, so just $1 more. Then we have gray, and then we have the brown in the larger one. I thought I had red ones as well. I know I do. I will have to go get those and be right back with you. Okay guys, so that thing of red cranberry colored balls are just nowhere to be found. I know I bought them, but they're not here. I don't know if I showed you this one. We have the green and the natural and the white. I'm not sure if I showed you the gray and white, so I don't think I showed you this one. I found it, but I can't find the red ones. So I've got the paint pen, and I'm going to see about painting some of my natural colored ones, which I have right here in this, a few of those red, and see if that's going to work. It may or may not, and I'll be back with you if it works, and or if it doesn't. Either way, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alright guys, so hopefully you can see that. I am going to make a garland using these ornaments that I just made from an Annie's craft kit, the Annie's Farmhouse craft kit. And I'm going to make a wood bead garland. So I'm going to use the larger black beads, 2 of the white beads, 2 of the kind of green beads, and the one I painted red in the center because I didn't want to paint a lot of them using that pen. It's all over my hands. Because it would use all of my paint up, and it took a long time. So I'm going to lay these out like this, and then one of these, but I'm going to use jute twine to match with the twine there. I'll probably make a jute twine tassel on both ends, and you know, this pattern, one of these ornaments, this pattern, one of the ornaments, and so I'm going to string that up, and I guess I could start it with you on video, but I don't want to. I mean, surely everyone knows how to string beads. I don't want to make it long and boring for you. So I will probably make a tassel on the end, but I'm not going to start with the tassel on the end. I will add the tassel. I'm going to put it through this large bead. I'm going to make like a tape needle on the end because this is being too hard to feed through. Oops, sorry. So when that happens, you can always take a piece of tape and make yourself like a tape needle on the end of your twine. Or you can put it through a large hole needle, like a plastic canvas type needle or something, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm going to make myself kind of a tape needle, and I'm getting red paint on everything. So anyways, so hopefully this will thread through well, look at that. So there's a tip for you. Much, much easier, right? Hopefully I don't turn everything red. Hopefully I don't leave red smudges on everything. So see here, we're going to go like that, and then we are going to go through our loop on here. Hopefully that's not too long. The reason I want to do it that way is that I want to I want to be able to take these off and use them still as ornaments, so I want to leave my twine long. And that's going to leave a big, I wonder if I should go straight from that. Instead of having a big black bead on either side of that, would it look better if we went with a large bead in between, or go straight from, instead of having two black ones in the middle, would it look better if I went straight like that? So one thing that does bother me about these beads from the Walmart garland is some of them, I don't know if you can see that, but this one is like not all the way around. It's like it broke and they just painted it that way. But we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna use it because there's not as many green ones as there are natural colored ones. And there's a lot of white ones, but not as many as there are natural colored ones. And there's a lot of green ones, but again, not as many as there are natural colored ones. So trying not to waste any. All right, so see, here's the next ornament. And see how we're going here? I'm going to put the beads in between here, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to hold it up and look at it, and then I'll do the rest off camera and then show you the whole thing when it's finished. Well, I'll show you making a tassel, and then, oops. See, I just said we were going with Noelani's suggestion, and then I started to do it wrong again. Sorry for the noises. Alright, so here's what we're going to look like. They're kind of close together. Maybe that's not gone. Well, that one moved for one thing. But maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I'm going to have to put more in between. Well, maybe. Maybe now that I moved it, it'll be alright. They're kind of big. I'm holding it up way where you can't even see it. So, see what I'm saying? They're kind of close, but when you hang it up, hopefully it will be okay. Let's lay it down and see how it's gonna. I'm afraid they're gonna overlap. I don't really want them to overlap. It's okay if they butt up against each other, but maybe it'll be okay. So I don't have enough of the beads. All right, well, I'm gonna string it up and we're gonna see what it looks like. I'll be right back with you. All right, so I'm gonna make just a basic tassel, and hopefully I can get this in as big as the one I just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wraps around. And then I cut it off, and I take the end, make sure that the two loose ends are down, and then I take this end of the string from the garland and I tie this in a couple of knots around what will be the top of the tassel. Try to snug it up to that bead a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfectly tight, but you probably, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Anyways, and then I take and tie it in a knot around, like a single knot around the top of the tassel, and then I'm going to make that little poofy part at the top, whatever you call that. I don't know. I'm not a professional tassel maker. And we're going to try to make it match as best we can with the other one. And I wrapped it around 5 or 6 times around itself. And then I took one of these strings that were hanging down and I tied it together with the one I just wrapped around the tassel, if that makes sense. so that hopefully the tassel doesn't come unwound. So anyways, I tie this like in 3 knots to try to keep it from coming undone. And then once that's done, I cut all these loops. And then I trim that off, try to get it a little bit straight. Here it is. It's kind of a short garland, but it will hopefully fit where I was wanting to put it. And they will hang straight when I get them against the part I wanted to, the thing I wanted to hang it on. And it's got tassels on the ends. And they're fairly even. All right, I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright guys, so the next DIY that I have for you, the items came from the Dollar Tree, and I have some Dollar Tree letter stickers in gold. I have a couple of cute, I think these came from Dollar Tree. If not, then they came from Dollar General, but I'm pretty sure they came from Dollar Tree for $1, I think. These cookie ornaments, and this plate that came from Dollar Tree. So we are going to make a cookie plate that says Cookies for Santa and has these ornaments, but then leaves room for the actual cookies. Now this plate will have to be washed by hand when I'm finished, and likely with something like a really damp cloth, and not, probably should not be submerged is what I'm saying. Trying to get these off of here. Alright. So I'm going to cut the hanger string off. Ribbon. I don't like to waste, if I can use something, I don't like to waste it, but it's not enough to really worry about. Let's just take it off. I still may be able to use it. I'm going to also unscrew these hangers out of it, and I'm going to save those because they can be used. They're those little eye screws, and I'm just going to unscrew it from these little, I'm just going to unscrew it from these little ornaments. This little guy's kind of got a wonky hand. I'm going to see if I can fix him up just a little bit. Yeah. He had a wonky hand, but I fixed him. It's still a little wonky, but not as bad. So I'm going to put these on one side, one on one side, one on the other. I did wash this, but now it's got dust on it from me cutting that. All right. You're going to put those there, and then I'm going to put cookies for, and then Santa using these stickers. So it's going to be a very simple DIY that you should be able to do real fast, and even a child should be able to do it, really. You could hot glue these on, but I'm actually going to try this glue that I used for my dollhouse because it seems to have a stronger bond and kind of a fast bond, but it seems to be a stronger bond. And I'm afraid that, and it will bond just about anything, whereas hot glue is less likely to hold, it's likely to just peel right off. I've got cats playing with a paper bag if you hear that crinkling. So I'm just going to dab this on the back of here, make sure it's got a good coverage. But without, you know, trying to get a real solid stream, because I don't want it to squish out, because this turns real sticky real fast. Okay, so let's throw that on the floor. Let's stick our gingerbread on one side. Let me get the glue. Let's put our candy cane gingerbread cookie on the other side. Try to make sure they're kind of even across there. They're playing with a paper bag. All right, now we need to determine what is the middle letter for cookies for. So I'm looking at the E in cookies being the middle letter. So let's identify an E here. So I'm going to try to put that in the center of the top-ish. And I am really going to throw the stickers on the floor again. Sorry guys. Can you see what did I get back far enough? All right. There's the E. I. Stop skippity-papping your brother or sister or whoever you're going after, Mau Mau. Help if I had my, it would help if I had my tweezers. But I do not have my tweezers at the moment. I'm not worried about these being particularly perfect or straight because I'm thinking of it as sort of like a child made it, you know, made the note, you know, cookies for Santa, you know. I'm not concerned about them being 100%. It's okay if they go just a little wonky. In my opinion. You might want yours to be absolutely perfectly straight, but I would kind of like mine to look, as I said, a little off, like a child sat these out and said cookies for Santa. And I'm having trouble getting the C loose from the backing. It wants to take the backing with it. Okay, I got it. And the reason I picked gold letters is that this plate, I don't know if you noticed, has a gold rim around it. Cookies, and then space, and then 4. And I want to use a lowercase f. I'm so sorry, guys. My camera shut off. Here's where we're at. Cookies 4. I put down the letters for 4, and the camera apparently ran out of battery. All right, so anyways, let's put Santa across here. S-A-N-T-A. So N is in the middle. And I might use all uppercase for this so that it'll be a little larger. Let's try that. Oh, that says cookie for Santa. Well, we need to fix that. Maybe Santa only gets 1 cookie. Well, let's hope we can move these. That's why it was off. I moved things because I moved my candy cane because I thought that I thought, wow, I got that way off. How did I get that way off? Well, I got it way off because I left my S off cookies. Hopefully I can get this F moved. If not, again, I have an extra one. I was just trying not to ruin my letters. I think it might be all right. S, lowercase, found it, found it. Cookies 4. Alright, let's try not to mess this up any more than I already have. The A. Put the S. the tea. Hey, what was that about? I dropped it before I was ready. Come on, come off. Come on. You can do it. I got some cats that are really playing around with each other right now. They're acting goofy. And the other A. Well, hopefully this is straight enough to please. I got a little wonky, but here is our DIY Cookies for Santa plate. I hope that you like it. I like it, even if it is off a little bit. Let me see if I can move him just a little. Well, what do you think, guys? Is it too crooked? I hope it's not too crooked. Well, like I said, I wanted it to look a little bit more like a child did it, and it certainly does, doesn't it? All right, so we can set that out with Cookies for Santa. Hopefully those will stick well. They seem to. All right, on to another DIY. I wanted to make another garland. I realized I just made a garland, but I got some things from Dollar Tree that I wanted to use for a garland. 2 of them, actually. Either one that I alternate, excuse me, either one that I alternate snowflakes and gingerbread men, or one that's snowflakes and one that's gingerbread men. But instead of using the wooden beads or just wooden beads, possibly bells and beads or just bells, I have different size bells here. I have some silver ones, I have big gold ones, they're supposed to be big silver ones. Oh look guys, I have these itty bitty little, oh I do have big silver ones. Okay, big gold ones, big silver ones. Alright, so I'm going to string it though, instead of doing it on the twine like I usually do. I thought I would string it on white and make tassels on the end. So let's just see what we can do with this. This white cotton came from, string came from Dollar Tree with their yarn. And all these bells came from Dollar Tree from the holiday section. And these obviously came from the Dollar Tree. This has 4, this has 8. So we'll see. Let's just see what we can come up with. Let me get a little bin here. I'm going to pour some bells in it. Or we'll have bells going everywhere. I'll put the gold and silver together in this one. In the interest of time. I'm making a big mess around me. I hope you can't see too much of the mess. I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I have them. And again, we're going to use that trick where we make a needle out on the end of our string by using tape. I have a cat being a little crazy in there, running. So we're going to tape up the end of this on kind of a diagonal so that we can make it kind of longer. I have cats chasing each other. Whoa! We're going to knock everything down. Twist it up a little bit. See if I can get it to go through. Maybe not. Well, I would use the glue to make it a needle, but that may not work either. Because that glue is very sticky. That's not going to work, guys. I don't have a needle that will work. That hot glue gun is not plugged in, so I won't be making a hot glue needle. Maybe I'll do this. This glue likes to stick to everything, so this may not work. we will try it and see. If we put a real thin coat, oops, there it went on the floor, and roll it around, maybe we can get it to dry enough to make kind of a stiff, needly point, but probably not, but we can try. It's also turning it red because I have red paint on me. That didn't come off in the water, but it's coming off with this glue and everything else. All right. Well, let's see if that works to keep it together enough to string these bells. This just might work, guys. Gold, silver. Alright guys, so I didn't notice, but my SD card was full and my video stopped recording, and I just kept working and working. So I have this laid out how I'm going to have it, but so I already have attached the snowflake here, and that's not working. So I need to put another drop of glue on the top of the snowflake and stick those strings to it. I really don't want it all over my fingers. Then I'll stick to everything. So I'll just push it down with this cardboard into that glue. That should hold. Alright, so I'm making a little loop of this string around where I have a silver and a gold small bell together. And then I am cutting that string so that I can make that into, get it over there where you go, and it makes that into a knot so it stays in place, which gives me two strings to give the glue a little more to adhere to. So I'm going to try to get these to hang about the same, but they probably won't. I'm going to tie a knot in this string, again to give the glue a little more to hold on to, because the knot being thicker, it may not hold, hang exactly right, and that wouldn't surprise me. Alright, so this has got a backing, of course. And the backing has a little extra piece to give you something to grab onto, which is nice. But I'm actually going to use that backing. I'm going to take this off for a moment, which that's why it was there and I cut it off too soon. Alright, so I'm going to pull this down. And I'm going to put a little glue on that knot. And on both sides of it, so that it will hold on to the backing paper, the release paper, as well as, which is actually what the back of a sticker, that paper is called, release paper. Alright, I'm going to place Mr. Snowman, or Mr. Gingerbread, because it is a Mr., because he's got a bow tie, not a bow on his head. And I'm going to put that release paper back onto that sticker. So it is holding the release paper is holding it on, and so is the glue, because all of the back of him is sticky, and I'm trying to keep that sticky from getting everywhere. Alright, so the next one would be another snowflake. So I'm trying to do every other one, obviously, and since you've already seen me do it once, I don't think you need to keep seeing me do that. I'm going to finish it, and I'll be back to show you the end product. Oh, how I strung this was like a small silver and gold bell, then a small bead, a larger bead, a small bead, a larger gold or silver bell, a small bead, a red bell, a small bead, then the opposite, either gold or silver, and a small bead, large bead, small bead, and then the double, the gold and silver, and on with that pattern. So that's how it's strung up. You'll see it better when I show you close up. Okay, so it's hard to tell. They don't all want to hang the same way at the moment, but when you get it up against something, they will, because they are facing the same way. Got little tassels on the end, and the little garland, maybe I turn it this way. No matter which way I turn it, it was to get the wrong way. But anyways, as you can see, the little sticker things are on there. I'm going to hang it up and take a picture, and you'll see it at the end. So anyways, guys, I know those were really simple DIYs, but you know, sometimes simple is what you have time for, and sometimes simple is really cute. So please, if you will, just let me know what you think in the comments, and give me that big old thumbs up, because that would really help my channel. And please subscribe to my channel, and please share my video with others so that maybe they might subscribe as well. And thank you for watching and for listening to me babble. And I'll see you soon in another video. Bye, guys.